This video is for Mac users, how to run the programs that I put into the repository for this course. And so previously, I have put in the manual how to install build2 on Mac. I still want you to install build2 on Mac. And although you can't use this to run the programs with the modules yet, due to various different reasons as explained in the earlier videos. And you can still, to verify that your build2 works, make sure you run, just test this out at the Hello World here. There are instructions here for Mac. So get that build2 installed properly. And then when you look at this repository, so I actually did explain a bit, but then this is specific for you guys, Mac users. I put in some extra instructions in the README. And previously, I have shown you how to run a program with modules and with the latest GCC. The GCC is a modules branch, which is not released yet. And so to use modules and certain programs I will put over there, and that's how you can run the things with the modules. And you can use a similar mechanism. If you want to test stuff on your own, by the way, you can just follow the similar structure that I have here and just run these things locally, okay? But for assignments and stuff, I will have proper setup for you as a template, and then you can actually get started right away. But so for right now, if you want to test something out, you want to try something, and this is what you can do, okay? If you want to try out stuff with the modules. And I have put examples in there. I'll keep doing more, adding more over there. And then sometimes, if I do add a module version of a program in here for Mac users, I also have to add a corresponding one for Windows users outside this regular location here. And so for some of the programs, to simplify the setup for both Windows and Mac users, I decided to add a couple of examples in the non-module versions. So when you see a folder, the program folder with started with the EX, there's an example names corresponding to the ones in the book, ending in NOM, that just short for no module. Those programs you can run with build2, okay, because they don't use the modules feature. So to run those non-module programs, you're going to use build2, and the process is similar to what you would do in Windows. It's basically the same thing, but slight difference. It's the same commands anyways. So first step is to configure. You only need to do this once, and unless I added new modules or new programs that has bring in new dependencies, I'll show you in a bit when that happens. But if you're just trying this out first time, by the way, you need to keep syncing the repository, because I keep adding new stuff in there. Whenever you start working on, the repository, just do a git pull. You always synchronize your code first. Whenever you're in this repository, just do a git pull like this. And so if you just started running and the first time to set up, so this is what you do to run this configure command. It will create a new folder parallel to this repository folder, and then we're going to use the Apple client, the built-in compiler for this purpose. And then once you have that configured, which is typically a one-time thing, you don't run this command twice without some other operations, because that's going to fail. So this is just one-time setup. And then make sure that passes. And then you can build with the B command and then specify a folder. Notice there's a slash in the end. It's important, significant in this build2. So you can, for example, you run this example 202 or 204, 207, right? Those things that you can run. And then you run it, right? Once you build it, the executable is under two levels deep of that same folder, by the way. This is how the folder structure is arranged. There's a canonical structure for build2. It's arranged that way for actually very good reasons, although it seems a little overkill for our simple examples. But again, because what we're doing is simple, not necessarily that the fault of build2. So just get used to this. This is fine. Just just use this way. So as I said, if I add a new program, if your new program somehow fails, say you cannot find a dependency or something, you'll see what that means. So as an example, if you already initialized before you check out this 07, and then now you synchronize, you get this 07 example, 207 example, and then what you do is, because that 207 has a dependency, so you can look at dependency this way in the manifest under this 207. It depends on lib format. Okay, a lib format is actually a local module here. Not a module. A module is kind of overloaded term. It's a library. So it's a library. It actually has a folder here, and then this library actually brings in an external dependency. If you look at the manifest of that library, it actually depends on FMT. So FMT is what I referred to in the lecture about numbers. Is the open source library that implements the standard format library for C++20. Unfortunately, has not been incorporated into the major compilers yet. I know it's coming, but it's just not there yet. So this is what I'm doing here, providing a shim so that we can use the std : format function from the format library. Okay, so that's what that is. And so when you see those dependencies, they're new in this whole big project, and so you would have to do something extra. Okay, you need to basically run this command. There are different ways to do it, but this is what I recommend, and this will actually fetch the remote dependencies, the FMT library, and then you'll need to initialize -a, which means initialize all components of this project. So in this instruction, even though I wrote here is a PowerShell, but this is exactly the same commands you would run on Mac or Windows. Okay. So that's what I need to show you. Let me know if you run into any issues in the discussion board as usual. Okay.